Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lyle Style Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lyle Style.
Hey, welcome to a beautiful edition of the Lyle Style Show. That show keeps getting better and better. You know what? Last time we had the show, we did a show with one of the actors from the hit show Empire. This time, I have an icon, a legend. Cheryl Cooley. She is the female lead guitarist for the beautiful band called Klymaxx. That they was the first African American female band to perform, and they still doing their thing even to this day. So I want to welcome Cheryl. Welcome you to the Lyle Style Show.
Hey, hi! Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, girl, I'm so glad you're doing the show because I know you're busy out there in California. Doing some things and whatnot. So my viewers, definitely, I want to start off, talk to you a little bit about you and whatnot, and how you get started and doing what you're doing, and a little bit of background about you.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, I started playing guitar when I was 11. My sister was married to a jazz musician by the name of Hubert Laws. And he was on tour with another band called Mongo Santa Maria, and they were visiting my mom's house, and I always had this little toy guitar, and I wanted to pull my guitar out and show them I could be a musician too. And then, of course, my sister had a great idea of, hey, why don't we get Cheryl some guitar lessons? I started taking guitar lessons, and I studied music in school, elementary school, junior high. I learned composition and arranging in high school, and I was able to even write some of the musical charts in the marching band for the football games. And then I went on to college and received my degree in commercial music. So from there, I was playing in various cover bands, top 40 bands. And one day I was playing in a band. I saw some girls' faces in the window of the entranceway, and all of a sudden they busted into the rehearsal room, and they said, "Hey, you don't want to play in this band. You want to play in our band. We have an all-female band called Klymaxx." So I said, "Well, okay." And at first I was a little apprehensive because I don't know. At that time I could just tell that they didn't have the same type of training that I had, so I was a little reluctant in going to the rehearsal, so I didn't go to the first one. And the next day I kind of started feeling the guilt, and my conscience was kind of gnawing at me, so I called them and they said, "Hey, well, we're going to have rehearsal tomorrow," which was actually a Friday. And I said, "Okay, well, I'll be there." And sure enough, when I got into the rehearsal room, I wasn't really impressed with the musicianship, but I was really excited about how much fun they were having. They were just really having fun with each other and playing around with the music, and I eventually wound up writing some of the charts for the band, and even though they couldn't read music, I would just, play out what I had wrote on the charts. And then from there, we tried to do the club circuit and all that, but weren't really that successful at it. At the time, people really weren't that receptive to an all-girl band. Mm-hmm. And one day, I was working at a bank, and I was telling my supervisor about this all-girl band I was in. And she said, "Hey, well, if you give me your demo tape, I'll take it to my uncle. He's a producer for Peebo Bryson and Minnie Riperton. His name was Johnny Pate."
Oh, wow.
So we made this demo tape and, gave it to Johnny Pate, and he was not impressed at all. He wasn't, it didn't move him at all. But he happened to be having lunch with a lady by the name of Margaret Nash, who was executive at Solar Records. And, he said, I know this all-girl, here's their demo tape. They're not that good, but maybe you could do something with it. Well, Margaret just thought it was a great idea, an all-female band. She listened to the demo tape. She loved the music and came down to our rehearsal. She, liked what she saw, and she brought the president of the company of Solar Records, Dick Griffey, and we were actually signed to the record label within like a 3 to 4 month period. And within the next calendar year, our contract started, and we started recording our first album called "Never Underestimate the Power of a Woman." And actually, the single that from that, Never Underestimate the Power of a Woman, I actually wrote the music for, which was the song that got us the record deal.
Oh,
And
wow.
then from there, with Solar, we went on to actually make 5 albums over almost a 10-year span.
Wow, that's very interesting how you started off with that. And the lady, she liked what you was doing, and next thing you know, here it is, y'all recording and doing big things. So that's some wonderful testimony how you started out. So now now you are the first African American, first black female band. Because there are a lot of groups out there, but we're talking about a band that y'all play all y'all instruments.
Well, actually, when you look it up on the internet, it says, Klymaxx is still today the only R&B all-female band that has actually started on Billboard. So, yeah, we even still hold that title today.
Oh, my goodness, wonderful. And y'all still kicking and playing, and with your, so now were you under contract with Sony Records?
Right now, presently,
Yes.
yeah, we're under contract with Multi-Platinum Record Entertainment, Sony Orchard, and we actually have new music out under this label.
Oh, really? Okay. Excellent. Now, I know everybody, now, I called you up and I was talking to you about back in the day, back in the 80s, y'all had a hit song that everybody talks about, because I was talking to a few people, have they heard of y'all? And they said, yeah. And they start singing your song, which is about the...
Meeting in the ladies' room.
Yeah. That's a hit classic right there. A hit classic.
Yeah.
It's wow. People still remember that song to this day. This is 2017. And now, do y'all perform and sing some of your classics that you have along with your new material?
Well, yeah. Even today, we definitely play the classics because we have old fans, new fans, and they really like hearing the music that Klymaxx was noted for. So we play all the hits and even put in our new music in the show also. So it's really a combination of both. We're quite an active group on stage, so we do a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, putting a new spin on the old stuff, and just really have a lot of fun on stage. Wow,
that's wonderful. Because remember we were talking a little bit about the. Now, a little bit about your background. Now, you have you got sisters and brothers. You got.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You have sisters and brothers. Are they into the music scene or?
Do I have brothers?
Yeah, your sisters. You have any sisters and brothers into the music scene that you're doing, or?
Well, actually, no. I don't have any brothers or sisters in the music scene. I really only have one sister. She's 16 years older than I am, but she went to Juilliard for dance. So we all each have our own craft.
Right. And yours is playing guitar now. Now, tell me something. Now, you've been playing guitar for a while. Do you play any other instruments besides that?
No, basically, guitar is my main instrument. I'll pick up another instrument just to be playing around, but I don't perform with it or anything like that.
Now, I was been thinking about this, and this has been kind of on my mind. I've been kind of pondering this in my head since I've been talking about this, R&B female band here. I think it's time to get a guy in there, to get a brother in there doing this thing, because back in the day, I could play the little congos a little bit and do a little R&B singing. If you want one, I might throw my hat in the ring.
I'm going to allow you to hear crickets right now.
Oh, okay, crickets. Okay. Well, you know what? Hey, look, Cheryl, I think your band is phenomenal. You hear me?
Thank you.
You made me feel so good by saying that. Okay, I'm thinking about auditioning for y'all, but you're gonna keep it an all-female band, aren't you?
Oh, of course.
Okay. No guys allowed, huh?
Break us again.
Okay.
I'll logically figure that out.
Oh, I know the cue when I hear it. I know the cue when I hear it, boy. But yeah, but that, but in the music business and what you're doing, like my viewers, I know you started with the Klymaxx. You're doing your thing, and y'all still performing. And you were saying that the longest fans come to your concerts when you're going to keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the audiences and the fans that still want to hear the music. I mean, as long as they keep showing up, I'm going to keep showing up.
Man. But isn't that a passion that you're doing what you're doing, your passion, and you're getting paid for it? That's the icing on the cake right there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Even if there was a way to not even have to worry about the money, but to continue to play music, I mean, my heart is so into it, I would even do that. But we got to pay bills, and, it's part of life. But I just really, music just drives me. The audience showing up and participating in the concerts, that really drives me. I mean, I'm honored that people still want to hear the music, and here we are talking about 30-plus years later, and they're still really into the music. I mean, that to me is such an honor and such a gift. I so appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, I know. I would, too. I mean, like I said, I enjoy doing what I'm doing my craft and talking to people and getting engaged in conversations like I do you and stuff. And, it thrills me to hear people's stories like yours. And, it gives me, pleasure to hear all that type of stuff. So, my craft is talking to folks and getting into inside and how they started, what they're doing, and pulling out positive things, So, but we talked a little bit about the music industry too, and how has it changed, different from back when you was playing back in the '80s and until now? You see a big change?
Oh yeah, definitely. The music industry took a tremendous shift and change. Once our good friend President Bill Clinton, he regularized the music industry, and kind of allowed the CD sales and record sales to be handled on an independent basis. So I mean, it's such a different ballpark now from what it was, when Klymaxx was with Solar Records. Oh
wow! So you think that's better change or for?
To say it's good or bad, that's kind of subjective, but it's different. It's different, and we all have to learn how to adjust and make it to where it pays off for us. Times are different, the people are different, and I think we just really have to learn how to make our own way in the laws of the land with the music industry.
Right. Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Because now you were telling me a little bit of story about how you got produced by Jimmy Jam. I mean, that's a icon group pair that produced a whole lot of big acts, and they started with y'all, didn't they?
Yeah, actually, it's interesting. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis at the time, they were, looking to expand their craft, of course, and they, I guess, solicited to have them, produce a song on this all-girl band called Klymaxx. And at the time, there was a song that they wrote for us called Wild Girls. Wild Girls was even one of the songs that we play in our shows, too, today. They wrote this song, kind of an anthem to the, girls having fun, being out in the club and dancing and, enjoying music and stuff. And it really was a big turnaround for us on our music direction. They were such an awesome team to work with. They allowed us to demonstrate and experiment with our own talents and craft. It started to mold the type of sound that people remember Klymaxx, today. So, I mean, they were really this massive guitar solo that they wanted me to do at the end of the song, Wild Girls, and I was scared. I was intimidated, and I didn't feel I could do it, and they were just really, really encouraging. And they said, so what we'll do is we'll put in a big Marshall amp. Now, people who don't know guitars, Marshall amps are like big, huge amps. They're really loud. And, they put me in a recording booth that said, well, turn the lights out so nobody can see you, and we just want you to play whatever comes out. And it was really an awesome experience because it just opened up my solo ability, my playing ability, that they had enough confidence in me to give me that opportunity to play, this wild guitar solo at the end of the song. So to me, it was a big shift, a big change, a chapter change for my playing ability.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Because when I see you and I see your videos and see you play, you doing your thing on the guitar, you kind of remind me of, I kind of think about, Sheila E. Remember Sheila E. on the drums, how she started doing the drum solos, that type of thing with Prince. And, and you doing your guitar with your group, as far as women and the music business, y'all came a long way and being out there in the spotlight, and y'all could do just as much, even better, as the men, really, in the music business. I realized that because when I saw you play and looked at your video, I said, wow, this lady, she can play.
Well, music is universal, and the more energy and practice you put into playing an instrument, whether it's male or female, the talent is going to come out. And, depending on how dedicated you are with it. I appreciate you saying that, because a lot of times, guys don't think I'm going to play the way I'm going to play. And then, of course, when I do play that way, then all of a sudden I see these shocked looks on their face.
Like, oh, where did that come from?
Right, exactly.
Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing how now. How would you compare your music? What if you could say your type of style, your music? What would you say your style is?
Well, I think we're kind of a cross between R&B and funk with a little bit of pop sprinkled in. We like a lot of rhythm in songs. We of course like for people to be able to get up and dance to the music and all that. So I think it's kind of a mixture of all of that.
Wow, that's wonderful. Now you do a little bit of dancing yourself, don't you?
You said what?
You do you do a little bit of dancing yourself, don't you? When you're out there doing your groove, getting your groove on.
Yeah.
Because I know most of your because you have a lead singer that does sings the song, and how is she with the group? Because
everybody in the group now, we have a lot of fun together. We get along very well. We definitely are giving honor to the music. It's not like we're trying to change what the listeners are used to hearing. So all of the girls in the band definitely give honor and homage to the original recordings and try to make it as close to it as possible.
Oh right, yes, because back in the old school people used to that Klymaxx doing the things, the songs are singing and all that type of stuff used to, but y'all still do the same thing even as y'all did back in the 80s. So you're saying this, it really hasn't too much changed as far as the way that y'all are presenting the music, because I think that, the music nowadays with the hip hop and back then when you was doing, that was real singing, that was music, that was real playing. Y'all did y'all thing.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you saying that. You have to understand these are different times, and some of the new and upcoming musicians, instrumentalists, songsters, they don't have the same type of training that we were exposed to back in those days, so they kind of have to make their own way. We meaning, old school listeners, we have heard it a certain way for so many years, and then now that, these new generations are coming through with a different type of sound, you have to kind of understand that they don't have the same background and the same training and the same opportunities that we had back in the day. So they're just trying to make their own way. They're trying to really express from what their level of understanding is, trying to express their music. So to say whether it's good or bad, that's really, an opinion, but it is different.
You're right. You say that it is different. Yeah, it is different. I mean, I tell people back. I mean, I love hip hop. That's an art itself, rapping and taking words and saying words, in a different way, coming from their experience and their lifetime. But I'm still partial to that real singing, that raw singing, that real singing, and playing. Y'all playing for real. It's no fake. It's no playing your recording and y'all just kind of lip singing. Y'all doing y'all thing for real, and that's what I really appreciate in old school music. Like yours, and I definitely.
Actually being able to be, a self-contained band is really, it's an oddity now. It's not as prevalent as it used to be. So, I'm just glad that people can still appreciate live instruments. We've been inundated with so many, tracks and studio versions and stuff. So, when the audiences come out to actually hear and see people playing instruments, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that they still appreciate that art, that they still appreciate the time and energy that a musician has put into his or her instrument to be able to entertain them. It's just unfortunate that those type of trainings are not in the schools as much as they used to be, which is where a lot of musicians got their training. To still be able to say, we're a self-contained band, that is, that's almost a high sometimes because there's not a lot of groups out there that can say that.
Oh wow, you're right about that. You can count them on one hand. Really, you really can. It's the music. All you need is just your cell phone or something like that, and you can make your own music, and they can. And if you don't sing, don't worry about that because they can make your voice sound like an opera singer. So yeah. So, but you come with the raw talent that y'all have, and like I said, I always emphasize this with women. It's different with women in the industry. Now I think it is more women in the industry that's doing their thing than it was back then when you was playing. Is that true?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely more women now. I think that, the field has definitely opened up more for women, and thankfully because, women can bring a different kind of vibration and energy into the music, as far as writing and producing and all. And, attacking also on what you're saying about, these new artists and new talent and stuff. We also have to remember that there are people that are out there that, they have these computers and they have these machines and all of this, and they, make a business card saying that they're producers, and they really don't have the talent or the background to be producers, but because they have the equipment, and a couple of ideas here and there, they're the ones that are going out there and taking these, musicians and singers and saying, hey, I can, make you a star, or make you, your album for you, and, they just going in there and they're saying, I like this, I like that, and not necessarily having the training to know what it is that does sound good or what does match up, or having the theory. The whole thing about writing music and playing music is music theory. Theory is a science, and a lot of these, so-called producers, they don't have a clue about the science of music theory, and that's really unfortunate because the artist going in there, depending on the producer, to tell them what is right and wrong, is sometimes steered in a not creative, I'll put that politically correct, a not creative direction.
That is so true. I'm glad you brought that point up. That's a very good point that you made about in the music is a difference. You come up, schooling is important to go to school, get the education in music, to learn the theory, because it is a science. You got to have an eye for that. You got to have a knack for that. You have to know how to spot talent and know how to bring it to light, because everybody can't do what you do. Even though I love singing, I sing in the shower all the time, and I think I'm a bad mama jamma. But but reality of it, hey, you know what? If I get out there, you would blow me away, So that's my fantasy, to sing and to bring joy in people's lives, but just like y'all do. So I definitely appreciate the art, like you said, the art in the music.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's opportunities out there that we haven't explored yet. But music training, being able to understand music, it can really take a person much farther than just jumping on an instrument and starting to push buttons. And that's really not enforced, whether it's within the schools or within parents, getting their children music lessons. There's just, so much more that can be understood musically. And it could be, it could be that children that do have the music training, or students that do have the music training, will wind up going much farther than those that don't, and who just kind of jump in there and push buttons, or throw something up against the wall to see if it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the more training, the more education that you have, the better your longevity. That's it. That's it. It's nothing to be proven with that. It's a proven fact. The more education you have, the more training you have, the more understanding of music you have, the longer your career will last.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. You know what? And with that note, we got 3 minutes left, but I want you to stick around, because we're going to do a part 2 with you, and we're going to have delve in a little bit deeper into the music scene and your opinion about, how it's going and the money in the music scene, and how that differed from back then when you was doing it and to what's going on now. So you can stick around for us, won't you, Cheryl?
Sure.
Okay, good. Well, you know what, viewers, this is much deeper than this, so we have to have a part 2 with this. So, we're going to be coming back with Cheryl Cooley again, talking a little bit deeper about how the music scene started and what she's doing and where she's going with her group Klymaxx. So, till next time, I want to say Lyle Style from the Lyle Style Show. Keep styling and profiling, and we'll see you next time in part 2 with Cheryl. Peace.